We're here today to take on Wolves and Liverpool? Seriously, how can I never remember who we're playing? Liverpool! I don't know if I forgot that. But we've also played a few games in between. We've had a fair few injuries with only like one player returning. Could be a tough one. This is Gravity Gamer. My name is Duncan. Welcome back to the Journeyman. And let's start with our previous games. Last time we were here, we beat Spurs 3-0 at home in the FA Cup. We then followed that up by losing 1-0 to Brighton. Yeah, it wasn't good. We then, however, did beat Aston Villa 2-1 at home. Martinelli got the opener before Connor Christie, a player that we had at Exeter. Oh man, a player who I actually really wish we had now. Equalised on 49 before Harrison Williams scored a great goal actually on 58 minutes to get the winner for us. We then took on West Ham in the FA Cup quarter-final with a goal from Jorel Hato from a corner and Carlos Baleba. Both got us the only goals of the game to get us through. We face either Liverpool, Manchester United or Chelsea, because that's a replay to still play that leg. But yeah, it's an absolute shit show, but not for us. Today we take on Wolves away from home and then Liverpool away from home. League table looks a bit like this. We are currently sitting 7th on 52 points. However, and this is where the fun begins, we are a point behind West Ham. Sorry, a game in hand over West Ham. Games in hand over Liverpool, Everton and Manchester United. 2 games in hand over Aston Villa. So whenever those games get played, we could be anywhere from realistically 3rd down. Yeah. We've made a new site. It's all just came in my head. I've spent more money this time in a deal worth 20... It's not 20 at all, is it? A deal worth 44 million for a centre-half stroke left-back. His name is Eric Estrada. He is 19 years old. We have signed him from Benfica. I do not see him as a left-back. I do see him, however, as his amazing stats show. He is a central defender cover. He's only 5'10", but let's look at what he can do. 16 heading, 16 marking, 16 tackling. He can't pass the ball? Don't care. Positioning, 17. Decisions, 16. Bravery and anticipation, 16. Concentration, 15. Jump and reach, 11. But we'll ignore the jump and reach, but he's also got a fair bit of pace at 14 and decent enough strength. So I think him and Hato on one side with whoever is still there, if it's Antonio or not, if it's a new player or not, and Van Langen, I am very confident or comfortable with those 4 players being our centre-halves next season. We still have a bit of budget left, still have 25 million. I'm looking at another position, and I've kind of came to the conclusion, I felt we needed a goal scorer, and I feel that Warren Jones will be that man. Now, truthfully, his stats don't back it up, which is why I'm kind of annoyed at myself, but let's look at what he has done. 2 competitive appearances, no goals. That's fine. 2 sub appearances, don't know how long he played for. The next season he made 10 appearances, he scored 10 goals. Okay. No, he didn't, sorry. He made 10 appearances, scored 3 goals. It's not awful for his age. This season here, again, we're still in the top division, he made 19 appearances in all competitive games. He scored 3 goals. You can tell he's not the main man, and he had a really poor season in terms of average ratings. The next season he made 50 appearances. Again, he only scored 3 goals before they fell to the Championship, where he clearly played a lot more. He made 26 appearances in all competitions and scored 8 goals, 5 in the league, 3 in the cup. He only started 8 games in the league, 14 came on as substitutes. The next season of the Championship, though, is where he started to really find his feet. 45 appearances in all competitions. And he's got 17 goals. Now his assists, pretty much non-existent until this season when he got 2. But that season there, the goal scoring he did in the league is kind of what drew my attention. And then this year, in all competitive games, he's made 31 appearances. So far this season, he has scored 9 goals and has 4 assists. I am looking at him and I'm like, are you my young Skamaka? And I think he could be, and I think he will fit us perfectly because he can head the ball. He's strong as an ox. He's got the great jump reach. So if we were looking to hit balls high at the box, he should win the majority of the headers. He has, like, his finishing level and his composure is perfectly adequate. Technique's good. Like, I think genuinely he will turn out quite well for us, and maybe a surprise. Maybe not a surprise for the board when I've spent £65 million on him, but I think a surprise to me and you, dear listener, watcher. We're not a podcast, we're a video. Dear watcher, I think that's the case. Same with Eric Strada. I'm spending £44 million on him. Yeah, he can play as a defensive inverted fullback if we want to. Whatever, he might fill in there occasionally, but to me, he's a first choice centre half for us. And as long as his partner is also a quality centre half, I genuinely have no issue with him playing there. He has been at Benfica. It's only his second season at Benfica, and they're making a lot of money on him. Started his career in Mexico, didn't make any appearances in his first season. This is amazing. At the age of, God, how old would he have been? So, he's 19 currently. He started this season at the age of 18. Bloody hell. 18, 17, 16. Between the ages of 15 and 16. Fucking hell. He made 39 appearances in competitive football in Mexico for his team in the top division of Mexican football. His next season, no, sorry, it was between 16 and 17. I didn't realise he left midway through the season. Before he left for Benfica, he made 21 appearances in all competitions. He then played a further 20 appearances in all competitions for Benfica. And then this season, where we are right now, he has made 34 appearances. Wow. And I think you look at his stats, he is phenomenal for us. I think he will fit in and do exactly what we need him to do. I think he'll just win the ball. The idea is he'll win the ball and give it to either the ball playing defender beside him, or the fullback beside him, or the DM from whatever. But that's kind of the plan. But anyway, these are two players we are spending big money on. The next position that I genuinely look at the squad and I'm like, I feel like we lack this type of player. Not like in terms of numbers, but this type of player is a ball-winning midfielder. I just want a dirty, hard-tackling bastard of a man in the middle of this pitch. I don't care if he's a DM or a centre mid, but somebody in there to win the ball. Somebody who will give the opposition a hard fucking time in that midfield. That is what I'm looking for next. The only other thing that I think I really need to mention is Malkov wants a new contract. We said we'll talk about it at the end of the season. Malkov is one of these players who has went up in my estimations since we've arrived. I looked at his stats a bit more. I think the star rating is actually correct for him, but you look at his passing, his technique, his positioning, vision. He has kind of everything we need from somebody who is going to dictate the play from deep. It's this combination here that I think might not be working, and I don't necessarily think it's the roles. I think it might be the players in general we have. So it could be a summer of a lot of change. But enough rambling on. Let's get into today's games. Like I said, we have injuries coming out of our ears now, but let's see who we've got fit. Brits in goals. McClelland, Silva, Hato, Van Dessel will start the game. Why? Because my right back, Gomez, is injured. Malkov, Villegas and Baleba in the centre of midfield. Again, we just don't have everyone fully fit. Saka, Martinelli out wide, and Butcher will be leading the line up top himself, because we genuinely, other than Chang Hyuk, do not have an out-and-out striker fit. Villegas played up front in the last game because Butcher couldn't play. It was a cup game and I didn't want to play our 18-year-old. So yeah, It's not the strongest our squad could be in terms of availability, but we are going to make do and make the best of what we can with what we have. So yeah, that's where we are at. Let's get to it. Board aren't overtly happy with everything so far, but they've rated, they're like a C or something they're rating me as. They understand that unless they want a title challenge, we can't give them a title challenge this year. They kind of understand that. I'm just hoping it doesn't go against us come the end of the season. What I really kind of need, though, is the club to look and go, oh yeah, this squad has clearly came to an end. And we have moved on some of the Asian players. We did that in January. What we need now is probably to start selling a lot of these guys off and just rebuild their squad. What we really, something I want to do, and I'm genuinely going to try and do over the summer, is move on a lot of our striking options. I just do not think they are good enough. Fuller is confusing the hell out of me because, like, genuinely, 1 minute he is phenomenal and the other, like, he has never seen a football in his life. I cannot decide what to do with him. What I can say, though, is we're 1-0 down to Wolves, so a little bit of berating will happen here because defensively and how weak we've been, this isn't good. Another issue I have is I've signed Brits who I thought would be for the fee we're spending. Well, I thought for the fee we're spending on Brits, he would be just a fine goalkeeper for us, nothing special. I have serious concerns over him. And I fear we're going to have to spend a lot of money now to bring in an actual top-class goalkeeper. The issue being, I generally haven't found one yet. So, yeah. Goalkeeper could also be getting replaced after 6 months. So, I feel like I can probably get away with being a bit ruthless at this club. To an extent. I just kind of hope that we are able to make the changes we need to make. But right now we are 2-0 down going into half time and I am fucking furious. Oh, they're very disappointed, sorry, the board, that we're not making the most of set pieces. It's really not the biggest of my concerns right now. What is how fucking woeful we've been. Changes need to happen. I just at this stage don't know who the fuck to move. Right, Williams for Saka we can absolutely do. Lesueur, who is literally back from injury about a day, can come on and just try not to break anything for 45 minutes. So we're going to change. We've took Saka and Martinelli off. We've also took off I can't believe I've got his fucking name. Butcher, with Lesueur, Servant, and Williams all coming on. I don't think they were necessarily the issue, but they're younger, probably a little bit quicker for the most part. And we needed to change something. What I'm liking is we look like we're actually in this half where we weren't before. Baleba, what's he going to do? What is he going to do? Oh, you should have passed that, for fuck's sake. Yeah, I need to try and figure out a change we can make that's going to be positive here. Right, Baleba looks shattered. Let's get a Geary on. I'm going to not enjoy this, but I'm going to put Lesueur as a complete forward. I'm going to bring on an 18-year-old kid who probably won't do fuck all. But we're now at the stage of we can't lose again. Hurley across his shot on sight. Yeah, that'll do. It's really hard for me to tell if Arsenal is more broken than I thought, or if we are just severely underperforming while we're here. And I genuinely don't know which one it is right now. And I'm a little bit concerned on it, truth be told. What I don't want us to do is move to a club this size and just choke and bottle it straight away. And I kind of have that fear just in the back of my head that that's exactly what we are doing. Because we are not doing well at all. But there's a lot of it I do think it's the squad. I just don't know how much of it's the squad, how much of it might be me. But in general then, we always tend to kind of start, not poorly, but maybe not as good as we'd hope every club we've been at so far. I mean, even at Lyon, we survived relegation, but I still don't think we did as well as we probably could have. And I kind of feel like we're doing the same here at Arsenal. I generally think I might need to buy a new goalkeeper though. Brits is just not performing the way he should be. Which is a concern because I brought him in for 20 million and I may have to bench him already. But that is a genuinely an awful, awful result for us. Which really makes Champions League football start to become more difficult. We are now 4 points behind Manchester United with a game in hand. It's just one game in hand. Even if we win it, we still go 1 point behind. There is the possibility that we do not qualify, not just Champions League, but for Europe at all next season. And we're taking on Liverpool next. Sacked by the summer? I might get sacked by the summer. Well, we're kind of back a bit earlier because Chelsea beat Manchester United in their last round of 16 in the FA Cup. They're now taking on Liverpool on the same day that we were meant to take them on. So the Liverpool game has now been pushed back. So in terms of our schedule, our next game now is actually Everton in days and days and days' time. Liverpool is now been moved to a midweek between Manchester City and Tottenham, which now makes 3 horrific games to have back to back. So yeah, the next game for us is Everton. So we're not taking on Liverpool today, but we are taking on their City neighbours. So I guess when I see you in a minute, we may have more players back from injury. So yeah. But yeah, the second game is now Everton, not Liverpool. Honest to God, I think this game hates me. So this we were meant to be taking on Tottenham Hotspur. I'm just going to go with my schedule because we were meant to go on Tottenham Hotspur. When actually? Hold on. Yeah, I thought that, yeah. So we were meant to take on Tottenham between the Everton and Fulham games. They've now moved it. They've now moved it to the midweek of Wednesday the 2nd of May. Which means my fixture list in the Premier League within a fortnight will go Manchester City home, Liverpool away, Tottenham Hotspur away, Tottenham Hotspur at home. What next game? What fucking next? Jesus. I have a fixture pile up as it is, and games are being moved left, right, and fucking centre. So, actually, weirdly though, this is probably a little bit better. So instead, this Wednesday, the 2nd of May game against Spurs was initially meant to be Wednesday, the 11th of April. but it got moved. So now the Man City game that was meant to take place after the semi-final has been moved forward to take that spot. So my April into May, I'm not happy. We still have in the space of a fortnight. The last 3 games are staying the same. It's now just semi-final against Liverpool, away in the league against Liverpool, away in the league against Tottenham Hotspur, at home in the league against Tottenham Hotspur. Like, it's as if they are genuinely trying to give me the hardest run possible. Hope to God that's the last fixture change for this fucking one group of fixtures that just can't stay in the same place. I'm just annoyed because it's still 14 in-game days to our next game, and it is 2:05 in the morning, and I want to sleep, but I can't because I need this done. See you in a bit. So we're finally here for the second game of the episode. Just kind of one thing to fill everybody up on, or catch up on even. We said that Malcolm wouldn't offer him a contract to the end of the season. We've already offered him a new contract. We're just waiting for him to accept it. It'd be a 2-year extension on his deal. Taking it, I think it was a 5-year deal overall. And gives him quite a fair wage increase, I think, as well. But yeah, he's worth it, so I'm not too bothered. Anyway, here's our lineup for today's game. Brits in goals: Gomez, Silva, Van Langen, and Van Dessels are back 4. Malkov, Aguirre, and Villegas as our midfield 3. Saka, Martinelli, and Lesueur as our attacking trio. Van Langen's coming in because I'm not been impressed with Hato recently. That's kind of it. There's no real other reason for the other changes. I think Aguirre's probably performing better than Baleba just now in general since we've come in, so he starts as he has done for most of the game since we've been in charge. And I think the rest of the team pretty much at this stage picks itself. Everton are currently 5th, which means they're really the ones. I mean, if you take the Wolves game at 7th, like, this kicks such a really shit run of games for us in terms of just how hard it's going to be. Even though we lost the Wolves game, everything was near enough must-win before that. Even after the Wolves game, it's so much worse now. But that's pressure that we're under, and that is what we are trying to do. We have a board rating of C and a fan rating of B. So they're happier than the board with us, so that's something, I suppose. Don't know how long that will stay the case, so if we can't pick up a run of games again. But that is what we are currently trying to do. We are looking at goalkeepers, we are looking at ball-winning midfielders. Whether we get either of them before the summer wrapped up, I doubt. Whether we even get both of them wrapped up in the summer, I doubt as well, to be perfectly honest. But it's Martinelli. Lesueur, good-ish save. I feel like he's got to be doing better though, and I think that's half my issue with him. He's just not clinical enough, when he absolutely should be. But I guess another issue for another day. Martinelli has a shot, keeper palms it out wide, but he is offside. It makes no difference. It is currently 2:30 in the morning. I would very much like this game to go nice and smoothly with no hiccups. But knowing me, that generally won't be the case. Gomez with the throw into Villegas. It's a decent enough ball. Aguirre heads it down for Martinelli, who for some reason tries to head it over the goalkeeper. I don't know why he didn't just take a touch. He probably could have. Right, good interception by Antonio Silva. Back to Gomez, who's going to play it to Van Langen. To Antonio. Villegas. Van Langen. Antonio. Villegas. Gomez. Decent enough little triangles there, getting the ball out wide. Saka. Good ball of Lesueur, who has to hit that low and hard, I think. And he does neither. Looks like we've been the better team so far, but we're just not clinical enough with our chances. Shot, free kick to Aguirre. His shot from distance, but it's collected quite easily by the goalkeeper once more. Again, we're all over Everton, but we are just not. We're either not scoring or we're not creating good enough chances, and I generally think it's the first, not the second reason. That is a fantastic ball though, out wide to Saka. Switch of play. He's got to find someone though. Gets back to Villegas, hit it. And he does, sneaks into the inside of the post. Antonio Villegas, with his 8th goal of the season, gives us a lead over Everton as we're approaching half time. What that would do to the league table if things would stay the same, it would actually put us 6th. And weirdly, Chelsea are beating Manchester City 2-0. Results you didn't expect to see. That was 1. Good header away there for Van Dessel. Gets to Martinelli, who's going to run down the wing. Plays it across to Lesueur, who again hits it straight at the goalkeeper, who just pabs it over as we approach half time here. Oh, I really want to just change up that whole striking department that we have. I'd like to move them all on. Other than, our new young 18-year-old youth player. But in general, yeah, I'd like to move them all on. I just don't think they're good enough. That's why we're spending a lot of money on Warren Jones, who, on paper, isn't probably the guy you want leading your line, but I think his skill set will be perfect for us. But it won't be the first time, won't be the last time I'm wrong about a striker. We'll find out soon enough. Gomez heads out for a corner. This I've got right now is there's so many players underperforming that, like, where do you want to even start taking them off? Try not to be too harsh on Lesueur. He is just back from injury, but he's got to be more clinical than that. He also went away with the French national side, so you've got to think that there's something there. Lesueur is going to come off though. Scott Butcher will have to come on. I've got no other options. Let's bring on McClellan for Gomez. Saka's looking tired. Let's bring on Harrison Williams. And let's see if this trio of changes can further increase our lead. Brett's to Antonio Silva. Plays it short again to Villegas. Out to Williams, who just about keeps hold of the ball. Gets forward to Butcher. Plays in Aguirre. Tries to switch in the left mid, but can't get the ball out quick enough. Goes over. It's a goal kick. And we are still the better side. We've had 7 shots, 6 on target. 50% of the possession. Everton have just done nothing with their possession, which I am not going to complain about. That's good, but it's a concern. Giannacini will replace Malkov, who looks absolutely shattered, and Villegas will be replaced with Baleba. So he's going to switch. Aguirre can definitely play as a playmaker. With that, the changes have been made for the rest of the game. The issue I've got is Van Dessel and Martinelli both look shot to pieces. I think that's going to go down as offside. We'll find out in just a second. I think Williams was offside. There we go. Ball in's fine. It's the header down from Aguirre. Yeah, miles off. 12 minutes remaining plus any injury time. But could this be the kind of comfortable-ish one we needed? I kind of hope so. Maybe the international break's done as good. Good, just nice little tap on there by Van Dessel. Takes around the defender and we get the break. He's done what to hold up to get players supporting him, and he's got that. Williams to Martinelli. He's got to get it out wide. He's there. He is. Butcher's there. Because, of course, our striker's not in the box. Flies at the back post. Williams cannot even attempt to win the header. And now Chelsea are breaking on us. Oh, you should have won that there, Van Langen. Oh, I don't know how they've done it, but they've just hit the post. They've hit the post from an open goal about 3 yards out. Everton should have equalised. Can we punish? Williams gets taken right out the game there. How the fuck Everton didn't score, God only knows. Van Dessel with the throw. Baleba. They're breaking. They're not. Van Langen intercepts. Martinelli's picked up outside the box. Probably going to shoot. He's not. He just fumbles. Gets dispossessed, but it's won by McClellan. Back to Harry Williams, who's dispossessed. Aguirre picks it up. Plays to Baleba, who's intercepted. Fucking hell. And we're back to defending again. McClellan, though, wins the ball. Aguirre, Giannacini, Baleba. We're breaking again. Out wide to Martinelli. Probably should have played it first time to Butcher, but glad he didn't because we think he was offside. Gets it all the way back to Van Dessel. Giannacini outside the box. Aguirre. Back to Martinelli. Cuts in his right foot. Squares it for Aguirre. And it's in. It's Aguirre's 8th of the season. It gives us a 2-0 lead. Everton should have equalised, and moments later we went up the park and doubled our lead. You've got to hope that's enough for the 3 points today. I still don't understand how Everton missed that open goal. Genuinely don't. Van Dessel to Baleba. Van Langen, just do something. I don't care what it is. Williams has a shot. It's decent enough save. Baleba tries to head it back in. But we're just waiting for the ref to blow the whistle. About 30 seconds left. McClellan tries to play it to Williams. It was kind of a poor ball that was intercepted. Can we stop this attack? Good interception by Van Dessel. Plays it to Martinelli. 10 seconds remaining of what's been allocated. But again, that is only a minimal amount. Williams back to Antonio. And the whistle blows. Arsenal 2, Everton 0. That'll help us in the table, I think. Well done, lads. Good win. Let's have a look at the league table. Surprise result for Chelsea beating Manchester City. Let's have a look-see. And it absolutely does. We've got 2 games in hand over Everton, 3 points behind. We have 1 game in hand behind West Ham, 4 points behind. 2 games in hand over Manchester United, 7 points behind. Like, it's all kind of catchable, but it all does depend a lot on us. So that's the same with like Liverpool. I know one of the games we have against them was in the Cup, but that league game, if we were to win that, plus our 2 games in hand, just on about 9 points, it would put us level with them. So second place is still a possibility. It's unlikely, but it is a possibility. The next team we are facing is Manchester City at home, and that is terrifying me. I just want to double check the schedule. I think what we do for not tomorrow, Monday's episode, is I will go away. I'll play Manchester City. I will play Fulham. We will come back for the semi-final against Liverpool. I will then play Liverpool Spurs off video, and the second game on Monday's episode will be our home game against Tottenham. I think that's what we're going to do. If you've enjoyed today's video, please do leave a thumbs up. It greatly helps the channel out. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye for now.